What's up, everybody? I don't know what the freak is wrong with my computer today. This thing is acting fugly today. Let me see. What's going on with this? Anyway, what's up, everybody? It's Friday. The weekend is here. Listen, this weather is pissing me off. I already have a migraine right about now, and it's misty outside. Like you look outside, it is pure, just you can't see nothing. The fog is crazy. It's like it's pure mist outside right now. Like I was scared to open up the door. But anyway, moving on. This episode, you don't know how bad I just want to talk some shit right now from this episode alone. Like, who do I start with? Who do I start with? I always have this problem. Like when I'm itching to talk about something, it was that like just it was a lot, and it's like who do I go first? Okay, Kim and Julie. First of all, Julian, how you don't know how to work a coffee maker? I ain't even gonna prejudge because I don't know how to work a coffee maker my damn self. Listen, if I was in that bar, I would have been just like Julian, looking at that coffee maker. I would have been stuck on stupid. I would have been like, "What button you gotta press?" It? I'm dead serious. Like when it comes to certain things, let me tell you something. Coffee maker, I'm illiterate because I don't drink coffee like that. And if I do drink coffee, I go to Dunkin' Donuts and get it. I ain't making it myself. I'm illiterate as hell when it comes to making coffee. Like I'm telling you right now, it's like hooked on phonics. Let me tell you, I would need it. I would literally go on Google and type in how to make coffee or how to work a coffee maker. Don't judge me because I already know y'all out there saying, how the hell you don't know how to work a coffee maker? Don't judge me. I don't. I don't make coffee. Uh, Now, hot chocolate, I can show you all day how to make that because I got three different ways of making it too, and I can show you all three ways. But when it comes to that coffee maker, I don't know shit. I'm right there with Julian. I'm right there with you, player. I don't know how to do it either. I don't know. But it was so funny because Kim, she turned on the coffee maker. And Julian was dead serious looking at her and asking her how you turn it on. She said, "Fool, I just turned the button on, flipped the switch in the back." Like when she said that, it made him look so stupid. I'm sorry, but I like them. I like them. Yo, Chris Van Eaton, all y'all head writers, y'all writers out there, make it happen. Julian and Kim, make it happen. I need it. I need it. I like that. Yo, I literally just sat back looking at they scenes today and just kept dying throughout their entire interaction. Their scenes was hilarious. I liked it. And the chemistry between them is definitely there. I wouldn't say it's off the chain chemistry, like it's fireworks, but the chemistry is there. The chemistry is there. I That's just how I feel. Y'all might feel differently. That's how I feel. The chemistry is definitely there, and I'm all for Julian and Kim at this point because I'm about over Julian and Alexis. I'm sick of the BS because he got to go through a lot of hurdles just for Alexis, and it's like, is it really worth it at this point? I'm just saying. Yeah, Julian did her wrong, but he's been begging like Keith Sweat ever since he did her dirty to get her back, and she just ain't with it. And it's been like damn near 2 years now, and she still ain't giving him no play. So it's like at some point you just gotta stop begging. Seriously, at some point when you just keep repenting and repenting and repenting, you gotta stop repenting. It's like you just have to. You have to stop at some point. And I think today was that day where he stopped. I think he always gonna care about Alexis and stuff, but you could see the chemistry between him and Kim, and he was obviously digging her vibe, and he was loving her company, so she was feeling his. So let's make it happen. And it was so funny when Diane and Alexis walked in, they seen him flirting with Kim. I was busting out laughing, and the look on Alexis' face, you like her jaw. She need to pick her jaw up because it was on the floor, literally. I'm like, yep, Alexis, you're out. Kim's in. Bet you wish you ain't take that long, huh? Yep. Get over it. Here's my thing with Lulu. Moving on to Lulu real quick. Why would you do an interview in a bar? I'm just saying because I just felt like it wasn't natural to be doing no interview with somebody in a bar. Wouldn't you want like a quiet place to do an interview like that? I'm just saying, like, where you know, like when you're in a bar, people come in the bar, they're loud talking, and you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want somewhere more a little bit like an office or something, like where it's quiet, the door is closed, it's just the two of y'all can hear each other talk and think, and you know what I mean? That's where interviews pretty much are conducted. Why would you do it in a noisy bar? I'm just saying. Um, and I just want to point this out. I love Charlie's Pub. I really do dig that set. But please tell me they're not getting rid of the floating rib, because that is pretty much a staple on the show. I remember back when the floating rib used to be called Jake's. And that Jake's been around for years. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope that they're not retiring that set. Like we still get to see it here and there, because I just don't want them to completely get rid of it. But you know, it's 2018. I'm all for new sets and stuff, but just don't go around getting rid of all the old sets and stuff. You know what I'm just saying? Like don't get rid of all of it. Um, I get where Maxie. Before I get on that real quick, let me just say this: when Peter came into the room and he gave Nina the revised budget for Crimson, I just felt like that was so disrespectful on her part. The way she didn't even look at the new budget that he gave her. She just held it up like this and threw it in the trash. I said, "Really? Ain't that your boss? Your boss gave you a document for your new budget because your old budget that you gave him was out of control. It was way too much money. So he revised the budget and you didn't even look at it. You just threw it in the trash in front of his face. Trick, you would have been fired. I don't care how good of a boss you are at Crimson, how much money you're making Crimson. You disrespect me like that, blatantly disrespect me, and I'm your boss, you're fired. You're fired. No question. You're fired. I don't know who the hell Nina thinks she is. I was like, the fact that she just held it up like that, she didn't even look at it, didn't discuss it, didn't do it in trash right in front of his face. That's your boss. Are you serious? You would have been. I would have gotten on the phone and called security and had them escort your ass out. You're fired. Who the hell does she think she is? Peter got way. I'm telling you right now, he's way more nicer than I would have been. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because you would have been out. Maxie would have been in, you would have been out, because I definitely would have promoted Maxie right then and there to the new editor in chief. You would have been fired. Who the hell you think you are to disrespect your boss in front of his face? Trick, you got me mixed up. You got me all the way mixed up. You would have been fired. Right on the curb. You would have been right on the curb. You're the new editor in chief of the curb. That's where you would have been. Right there on the ground. Who the hell she thinks she is? Play with me. I ain't like that. Like come on, your budget is ridiculous. And he revised it and you disrespect him blatantly like that in front of another employee, you're gone. You're gone. Um so anyway, I get where Maxie and Nina are coming from because they were pissed when they found out that Nathan did an interview with Lulu and they were gonna publish the interview online and stuff. She was pissed, and I can't say that I blame her because what they overlooked was what if Faison came after Maxie to try to get Nathan's attention. That's one little hiccup that they overlooked, and they did overlook it. I would have been pissed too because he should have at least ran that by Maxie. Did he have to run it by Nina? No, but he could have at least ran it by his wife. I mean, Lulu had the respect and the courtesy to run it by Dante before she did it. She been told Dante about her plans to do an article about Faison. She been told him about that. Maxie had no clue that this is what Nathan was doing. He didn't send her a text, a smoke screen. He ain't nothing. He didn't send her nothing. Not a singing telegram telling her he was doing nothing. That's like pure disrespectful to your wife, is disrespectful to your marriage, because this is something that affects her and your child. You know what I'm saying? Like he should have at least had the courtesy and the respect to tell her instead of telling her now when it's already said and done. You know what I'm saying? Like that's foolish. Um, so I don't blame Maxie for being pissed. You know, she's worried about the safety of her baby and herself. You know, as well as she should be. You know, she's just trying to find ways to protect them. You know, her and the baby, and Nathan too. You know, and Nathan just, I mean, I feel like it's a good plan. I really do. I feel like it's a good plan. I wish that Sonny, Jason, and Spinelli actually spoke with Maxie and Nathan, because if they did, and Lulu, because if they did, then they would know that Sonny, Spinelli, and Jason are actually trying to lure Faison out too. So maybe if they communicated together, they all could have worked together on this because they're all trying to do the same exact thing, but they just don't know it. Um, because Spinelli actually sent an email to I think PK Sinclair's email or the Faison's email, one of their emails, um, to try to lure Faison out. Somebody was on the other end of that email and they read the email that Spinelli sent. He was pretending to be some big fan waiting for a sequel of the book to come out. And they actually had the thing pulled up where Lulu did the article with Nathan. They had it pulled up on the computer. Um, so I'm assuming that's Faison. Or maybe it was Peter. Either one. But yeah, the hunt is on for Faison. I can't wait. Hopefully the original Faison come back because I don't want them to put no recast up in there. That'd be horrible. So anyway, Alexis. Alexis. Oh my God. This dumb broad. Listen, here's the thing. As a lawyer, I get where Alexis was coming from. As an attorney, I get where she was coming from. But I felt like she was doing more than just her job. I felt like this was personal. Because it's no secret that she tolerates Jason. During it, when he first got married to Sam back in 2011, she was more tolerable of Jason. But let's be real, she never cared for Jason. She never liked Jason. It's obvious. It was always obvious. Um, so I felt like it was a personal thing there, where she told Sam that Sam and Drew should have full custody of Danny, and I could not believe that she threw it in Jason's face about the decision that him and Elizabeth made 11 years ago to have Lucky raise Jake. I said the audacity of this chick to throw that in his face. You know how much that hurt? Like you could see the hurt in his eyes when she threw that at him. I said, really? You're gonna bring that up, Alexis? Really? And Alexis is such a hypocrite because it's like, girl, look at the men, the type of men that you had kids with. Julian, Sonny, Rick. And the mere fact that 10 years ago she was dating Jerry Jacks. She had Jerry Jacks in her house, around her kids, and she knew full well what he did. She knew full well he was a criminal. She knew that. Yet she dated him anyway. So it's like, who the hell is she to judge Jason and his business? You know, the fact that he's a mob enforcer. Who are you? Look at the clusterfuck of men you dated. She hasn't never had a stable relationship. She's dated criminals. She's dated professionals who've done criminal things. So you're the last one to talk. But at the same time, I'm glad Sam spoke up and she told Alexis to shut her damn mouth. She's not limiting Jason's you know, his custody of Danny. She's not going to take him out of Danny's life. And she's not letting anyone take him out of Danny's life. And I like that she spoke up at least. And on top of that, she fired Alexis. Hmm. Like I said, as a lawyer, I get where Alexis was coming from. As an attorney. But we all know that that was more than just lawyer. That was personal. We know that. That's exactly what it was. It doesn't take a fool to realize it. It was definitely personal. Um, I like the scene though with Oscar and Drew. I really did like that scene where Drew, he was teaching Oscar how to fight and stuff like that, how to throw a good punch. I like that scene. They're easing into this relationship. I also feel that Oscar is a little socially awkward. Like he seems like a very socially awkward kid. That's just, my observation of him. Like he went all the way to that gym and then told Drew, "Oh, I have to go study." He's socially awkward. Like that's the vibe I get from him. But he's a good kid though. He's just awkward. But this is all new territory for him. But I'm glad him and Drew had that moment and stuff. You know, they talked, they bonded more, and I like it, and I want to see more of it. Um, Carly. Carly never ceased to amaze me. As much as sometimes I can't stand Carly, I actually liked her today. Um, First of all, what the hell is wrong with Carly? She literally had Jocelyn in this 1950s looking dress. As soon as I seen Jocelyn come downstairs in that dress, I said, "What the hell is she wearing?" She looked like something straight out of the 1950s. Listen, Jocelyn, that outfit she had on, she looked like she was about to go to the Cotton Club with Dorothy Dandridge and the Nicholas brothers. That's how she dressed, like she was about to go to the Cotton Club. I said, this is 2018. This ain't 1950, 1952. I said, Carly, you got to be joking to have her wear that to a dance. I said, hell to the no. Jocelyn was over that shit. Jocelyn was like, I'm not wearing this. I was like, Carly, you taking this too far. Come on now. Listen, I get where Carly coming from. She don't want her daughter dressing like no slut. You know, I get it. I respect it, but you definitely you know how many kids is gonna pick on her if she comes to the dance dressed like that. Yeah, your daughter will be bullied every day if she went to the dance dressed like that. I'm just saying. She look like she is a straight up pilgrim. I said, what the hell? I said, Carly, don't let her go out like that. Come on now. Come on now. I actually agreed with Sonny today, though. A part of what Sonny said, I agreed with. You know, when you're dealing with young adults and you're dealing with teenagers, you have to fall back sometime and you have to let them make their own mistakes. But that doesn't mean, when I say fall back, I don't mean stop parenting them, you know, especially Jocelyn, because Jocelyn is only 14 years old. So, you know, I don't mean for Carly to step back and not parent her daughter. Of course she should, because you don't want your, you know, daughter to be out here acting buck wild, you know, going crazy. Definitely not. You know, but I'm glad that, you know, Carly had that conversation with Jocelyn because Carly wants her daughter to learn that you can be classy and sexy at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Without looking like a slut. Because, like she said, back in the day, she didn't have to worry about slut shaming. You know, she was slut shaming before slut shaming was a damn word, which is true. But, you know, with today's world, and Carly was telling her the truth, today's world is cruel. It's a cold, cruel world out here. You got people on social media going crazy, Snapchat, everything. You do not want these boys. You know, she wasn't talking about Oscar. She was just talking about other boys. And she didn't want those boys and those other girls having this perception of Jocelyn that she's a slut, or she didn't want boys thinking that she was easy because of the way she dressed. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if I had a teenage daughter, I personally would allow my daughter to wear what she want within reason. You know what I'm saying? It has to be within reason. You're not gonna be out here, especially my 14-year-old daughter. No, you're not gonna be out here with your cleavage all out. You're not gonna be out here with the dress all the way up to your damn near your hips. You know what I'm saying? Like it needs to be knee length, no cleavage showing. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be classy and sexy, dress like a lady. You know what I'm saying? What some people don't understand is there's a difference between being a female and being a lady. Being a lady is having style and grace, class. You know what I'm saying? That's being a lady. You know, you carry yourself ladylike. When people label you as just a female, that can mean a lot of different things, and none of them really good either. I know. You know, I have homeboys who used to talk about girls, you know, because of the way they dress. You know, we would see females and stuff like that. We'd be like, oh, she dressed like that. That must mean she easy. I ain't gonna lie. That's what we thought when we was in high school and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? By the way a girl carried herself. You know, she'd be around a bunch of dudes, flirting all the time, wearing these little provocative outfits. That's what we thought when we were teenage boys. You know what I'm saying? That's the mind that we had. I don't think like that today, but that's the mind that we had back then. just based off of it was a perception that we had of the girl. So I definitely love that Carly had this conversation with Jocelyn because it needed to be had. Teach your daughter early that you don't need to dress provocatively and all that to feel good or whatever. To you, there's no to you there's nothing wrong with dressing like that. You know what I'm saying? To a girl like Jocelyn, ain't nothing wrong with dressing like that because she feels she doesn't care what other people think, as she shouldn't. But you to a certain degree you kind of care because you don't want these people to have a perception that you're a whore, that you're a hoe, because the way you dress, because you dress provocative, you don't want them thinking that about you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. And I'm glad Carly was teaching her daughter that. You know, don't dress like that. You know, and she showed her a different outfit. It was a Cortulo dress. It was expensive, but it was something that Carly approved of. You know what I'm saying? And Jocelyn loved it. It's an expensive dress, but Carly was willing to buy it for her daughter because she doesn't want her daughter out here, looking crazy. She don't want boys thinking that about her daughter, and I respect it. You any parent, you don't want these boys out here. You know how boys are, they're stupid. I'm talking from experience. I was a boy. I'm a man now, but I was a boy. That's how we thought. And you don't want them thinking that about your kid. That she's fast and she's easy. And what's crazy was when Jocelyn and Oscar went to the library, a pack of condoms fell out of her book bag. I said, "Oh, that just opened up another can of worms." I said, "Lord, I don't want to jump to conclusions that Jocelyn is thinking about having sex with Oscar. I don't want to jump to that conclusion because maybe she had the condoms for a friend. You know that little girl that she hang out with, the little fast ass girl that came to her party. You can't tell me that girl ain't no jump. See, that's me. That's my perception of the girl. Just because see how I perceive that girl, her friend. Because look how the way she was acting at Jocelyn party. She was acting fast. I'm just saying. But it would be hypocritical of me. Like I tell people, this world is a hypocrite. So we're gonna get hypocritical sometime. That's the way the world is. We say one thing, then we say another thing the next day. That's just the way it is. We're not doing it on purpose. It's just how it is. But it would be hypocritical of me though to say it. But I feel like Jocelyn's too young for sex at 14. That's hypocritical of me because I lost my virginity at 13. I was 13. I lost my virginity. It was right after my 13th birthday. It was probably like 3 weeks after my 13th birthday. I lost my virginity. That's some people might say that's too soon, but again, it's kind of different for boys compared to girls. I guess because it's always that double standard that's there or whatever. It's always gonna be there. Sadly to say, a double standard between men and women is probably always gonna be there. I'm just saying. It's sad to say it, but it's true. Um, I don't think Jocelyn should be having sex right now at 14. I don't think she should. She definitely should be saving it. Maybe not for marriage, but save it till you're like 18, 19, 20 at least, save it, 14, I think you way too young to be, dipping it and doing it. I'm just saying, you too young for that. You shouldn't be doing that at no 14 years old. Save it. Maybe not till marriage, but save it till you're older. And Carly definitely need to have the sex talk with her. It's obvious that it's time for her to have that conversation. It's time. It might be an awkward conversation, but it's time to have that conversation right now. You found them condoms. Let's have the conversation. See, Carly's mind is gonna think that Oscar is the one trying to get her to do it and stuff like that. And it's not even Oscar that's trying to get her to do it. I don't even think Oscar knows that Jocelyn wants to have sex. I don't think Oscar knows. She just got the condoms. I don't know. It's just crazy right now. When I seen the condoms fall out the bag, I said, "Oh hell." But this was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed it. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode, and I will see y'all on Monday. I hope y'all all have a wonderful weekend. Hit that like button, hit that comment button. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe right now. And I'll see y'all on Monday. Have a great weekend. Peace.